Hey book peeps, welcome to this week's podcast. So this week I am going to be reviewing Five Survive by Holly Jackson. Now, I picked up this book to be a palate cleanser, same as what I did with 30 Days in Paris. The romance flopped, so I thought, hey, how about like a thriller, mystery / psychological thriller? Maybe, it'll keep my brain intact. And, it all happens within a night, so it should be fast-paced, shouldn't be a boring moment. But OMG, I really struggled to get through this. This book is less than 400 pages. I had it all figured out by about the 100-page mark, like 18 chapters in. I knew exactly what was going on. I knew why it was going on. There was maybe not really like a surprise, but maybe just one aspect that I was a little it's like one of two people, but then in the end it was actually both, and the why I was totally right about. Just way too predictable. And considering that it takes place within one night, so slow to get through. Like every few pages that you read, it feels like you've read 500 pages when you've only gotten through a chapter. Like, it's crazy. I did not find this to be an easy page turner. I really had to motivate myself so it didn't get DNF'd because I wanted to give it a chance. I'm trying to be as stubborn as I can about trying out new genres, not just fantasy. Plus, to get you out of those reading slumps, like after you've like just been through like a big fantasy binge or like one fantasy world, and you need to R&R your brain before you dip into your next big fantasy read / world and all of the bits that goes with that. And I thought that's what this would be, but unfortunately this book it wasn't for me. I won't be recommending it. I won't be reading it again. It is rare that I even consider giving books away, but I think this is definitely one that'll be heading to the charity shop. Like, even for people who are beginning in or starting in fiction for books and reading and all the rest of it, I don't even think I would recommend it to them. It is so slow. And I hate to say boring, but oh my gosh, it's so boring. So, with that glowing review, my overall rating for this book is 2 stars. Like I said, I won't be reading it again. I won't be recommending it. Honestly, even the premise, the lone shooter in the night and all the rest of it, it was too easy to piece it all together. There just wasn't enough going on to really make it interesting. Like the characters that came together in the car, like each of them with their individual personalities and certain things that they brought up about like their backstory or any like current events and stuff. Like some things are just so poignantly obvious. Like they wouldn't be brought up at all if it wasn't for the fact that you need the breadcrumb or it's relevant to the bigger picture of what's going on and why the shooter is targeting them in particular. And one of them has a secret, and a walkie-talkie gets strapped to like one of the wing mirrors on the car, and there's communication between the shooter and them. I know there's supposed to be suspense, but I didn't find any. There's supposed to be mystery. I solved it too quickly. Not a lot of violence or gore or anything like that, so I'd say it's suitable from anyone from the age 12 and upwards. Honestly, there's really not much as far as like violence, gore, spice, nothing like that. There's some alcohol and drug consumption, but very light. And it's only really at the beginning of the book. And that's about the gist of it, really. I am really disappointed. I really thought, because I was looking forward to reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I think there's like a trilogy and a novella with that, and that's all by Holly Jackson, and I was looking forward to it, but if it's going to be anything like this, I really don't know. I don't know if I'll get around to reading the other ones. Unfortunately, this one was another flop. just like 30 Days in Paris, another 2-star read. But hey, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep trying a few other fiction genres before I totally check in the towel. And I'm sure I will find some good palate cleansers, and I promise you guys will be the first to know, my darlings. You will be the first to know as soon as I find some decent ones. So with that, remember, hit the subscribe, the like, share with your friends. These are all free ways that you can support me and my channel, because I upload content like this every single week. 2 lengthy videos a week, and I have shorts that go up every single day. Also, feel free to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. You can find all of that stuff in the description below. But have an epic weekend, and I will speak to you next week, my book peeps. Much love. Mwah.